Welcome back to an episode of a Wrestling Around podcast, where this week we are doing feuds we'd like to see with absolutely zero prep whatsoever. Joining me, as always, is the world famous Jay Peters. Jay Peters, how are we doing?
Hello, you caught me off guard. I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Yeah, I kind of gathered you did that on purpose. Fair play
um,
to you. Fair play.
yeah, sick. Got to be prepared. And Lou, you're also here.
How do you, Russ? How's it going? You're looking
Yeah, it's bad.
quite old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
screw you.
club.
You've Peters, because you've come late. You've missed my present off Lou.
Oh, what
It's
is it? Is it an
it's
Andy
a,
Harriet heat reveal mug that says spicy?
yeah, that's
Yes, it
exactly
is.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it off the bottom with it saying spicy, and can recognise that chin anyway.
There we go. Yeah,
Yep,
there's the
excellent. I forgot to ask you what he'd got you.
yeah.
I only asked you what your wife got you, didn't I, yesterday? I was like, because usually our presents always to each other always make me laugh. So
Serious
Yeah,
gift.
Lou got me. Lou got me a record player.
oh yeah, I did
So,
know that actually. Of course I
Yeah.
did. Sorry, I forgot.
so one
Forgot
of
about
the my mum and dad just real boringly give me loads of money.
In fairness, isn't that what you asked for? Just
Yeah, yeah. They said, "What do you want?" And I went, "I don't really want out because I just buy." It makes me sound like a right pompous and thingy prick on. I just buy whatever I want. So just
wow.
The
there's
thing
no
is, though,
need.
yeah, but when you've got grown up money, you either save up for it or you buy it, don't you, when you want it.
Exactly. So
You'll think outside the box, any?
yeah, give me some money to spend on what I like.
Save you
That's
spending
about
your
it,
own money
really.
on what you like.
But I'll tell you what, Russ, I got you one more thing, and it's
Well,
in the chat right now.
Oh my God, I'm so happy I've not missed this.
We waited for you, Terry.
Thank you.
waited for you
I'm,
specifically.
I'm genuinely intrigued because I was sending Lou some cameo people last week. Why is mine not loading? Hang on.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've just seen the title. Have you listened to it, Lou?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is one that I sent to Ross. To Lou, sorry.
All right. Are we all ready? When I
Yeah,
say go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey Ross, it's the Drama King here, and I hear you have a very special
Fantastic.
day coming up. That's right. It is the big 3-0, but let's be honest, birthdays, they're great, but they're just one day a year. And if there's anything I'm good at, it's making that kind of joy, that kind of celebration, that kind of
I love his voice.
holiday last a little bit longer. So for you, you get to celebrate every single day, every single week, every single month, all year long, because you need to tell your friends and your family that today is Ross Day. Happy birthday, man. I hope it's absolutely fantastic.
Genuinely incredible.
There we go.
yeah, that was great. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Queen of Hearts himself.
In fact, do you know, I was waiting for that to come up.
Under the adverts, I should put that in. I was going to put my Ross nickname, Queen of Hearts. But he did get booted off his greatest ever
Yeah,
special
that's true.
experience. Didn't he?
So, my first suggestion, Ross, was to Lou was the masked goat.
Masked goat.
Yeah, because he was real cheap and he looks. Do you want to see how funny he looks?
A masked goat. Yeah,
Ah!
I can't see that at all, Peters. What you're doing here is showing me a bright white
There we
light.
go. That's better.
Yeah, there we go.
The masked
Maybe
goat.
not taking the mick out of Mexican tradition there, Peters.
There's only a fiver, isn't he?
£4.
4 quid.
Quick.
It's gone down.
£4. And then I sent Aiden English to Lou. He said it's a real possibility. And then I also sent him a problematic person from NXT UK who was £8.
Good, well done for steering away from that.
And Ellsworth for 15 quid. And then I did ask if
he
there was,
ain't got any problems, does he?
then I did ask if there was a Greg Wallace one as well after his article last
God,
week.
let's go. All right, well, before we get into that, Greg Wallace, what a tool he is.
Yeah, well,
What an absolute tool.
it was all on the back of that.
Yeah, I read the follow-up interview as well, Dylan Mel, where he's defending himself.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have asked you for that link actually when we were talking about it last week.
I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I just found it on Twitter.
He's going to get a talk show on GB News and it's cancelled.
Yeah.
But Piers Morgan's leaving Talk TV. Greg Wallace to go on there.
He was
I
heartbroken.
literally, before we came up for this, I put on Inside the Factory and he came on. I was like, oh, God, I hate that guy now.
And
He's a dick, isn't he?
Which is a shame because I absolutely love MasterChef.
Plays with his kid for an hour and a half that he didn't want, and then goes and plays some shit computer game for 3 hours.
First of all, that computer game is not shit. It's a good computer game. But that in no way justifies him only spending 90 minutes with his child there. And
Have to go into harvest.
Going to bed as early as possible to avoid his family.
also, I like how he gets up at like 5 a.m. and does nothing for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Goes and eats breakfast at 8.
Like,
Get up at 7.
He big league the gym. Greg Wallace thinks he's too famous to go to a regular gym. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You turn up, the gym opens at 7:30. You turn up to work at 7 to get everything sorted. You're like, for fuck's sake. Fucking Wallace is outside again. Then you've got to start getting there at 6:30 because fucking Greg Wallace is
Greg's trying to get in.
Demanding to be it. Like, what a ridiculous human being he is. What does he think he is?
I think he's well known for being a massive bellend, to be fair.
Yeah, there was, if you followed the tweets, it was even worse than Scylla.
Because there's that one in there where someone tweets him about the cancer thing and doesn't put the extra G on his name, and he just replies, Greg, with 2 Gs. It's like, oh yeah. Master twat.
Yeah, that was a classic.
I'm surprised you went on any Twitter beef with him, Peters.
Probably blocked.
He ain't called Dave Meltzer, is he, sir? Or Brian Alvarez, or Liverpool football club.
Taking on all comers. Right, wrestling.
I had to go at Klopp yesterday, by the way, because he celebrated after his win, and only he's allowed to do that, and he dick.
Yeah, well, they invented celebrating.
Yeah, true. Anyway, sorry.
This isn't footballing or Terry Peters' Twitter around.
Terry Peters around.
It is. I was going to say Terry Peters Xing around, but that sounds like something I do not want to know about.
Play your cards right one night.
We are doing Feuds we'd like to see. It is the return of Feuds we'd like to see, but it's
been
going to
a
be
while.
like sort of. It's going to be rapid fire Feuds we'd like to see. So we used to do this was a regular segment in the show where we would have 2 random wrestlers, a random object, and a random match type, and it was up to you two to decide what the feud is, how that object was involved, and why it's got to this type of match, and then I would decide who the winner is. We did that for a period of time. You two always used to whinge that I didn't give you enough time to prep it. Aaron came on board, smashed you out of the water completely because he made a universe after about 2 weeks.
Yeah, he did.
And then we did a long form version where I think I gave you like 10 wrestlers, 5 match types, a load of objects. And that spawned Malarkey Mondays.
It did.
With
is that the origin of Malarkey Mondays?
That's why we was in North Korea. Yeah.
Yep.
That's spawned Malarkey Mondays. Since the script has had to be delayed.
I was thinking the other day, I think, that we've been kind of
problematic.
Yeah. We could be kind of parodying Marvel with the Wrestling Around universe.
Yeah.
We have kind of run into the exact same issue, haven't we, that a major character has had to be removed and rewritten about due to its problems.
Yeah,
yeah.
Happens to all the great universes I've had.
Apparently so, yeah.
So this time, I think we'll maybe do 5. We'll see how we get on. Rapid fire. You two do not know what the wrestlers are. The right time is going to be until I read it out on here. Terry Peters didn't know we were doing this at all until 10 minutes ago.
So you said, welcome to Wrestling Around, which I wasn't even expecting. I thought you'd be in the full flow of things, but...
So, shall we crack on? And I'll decide who wins out you two. We'll do 5, maybe.
Are we doing the same wrestlers, I take it?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you one scenario.
Yeah, okay.
Who's better out of the 2 scenarios.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to work out, sorry.
I'm using ChatGPT, sponsor of the show. Go on ChatGPT and use Wrestle Around 10.
Well, they've got the opportunity to sponsor us if they would like to.
If they want, yeah.
Open invitation.
The only man that does, there's 3 people that do it. Jurgen Klopp, Greg Wallace, and Dave Meltzer. They can't sponsor us.
Bad
We
news
need
for
one
you.
more for like the Mount Rushmore of people Terry Peters doesn't like.
That Millwall fan.
Oh yeah, the one that sounded like a lesbian.
The Millwall fan who had him all over on Twitter. Right, are we ready?
Yes.
So I want you before we start, I want you two to do a virtual rock paper scissors to see who goes first.
Okay.
Right.
Actually, no, to get the choice.
Right.
ready?
Okay.
Just a minute. Are we doing an A B A B A B, or are we doing an A B B A B? You know,
So,
what's
like-
The winner decides.
the bloody hell? We know each round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christ. Okay. There's no
Okay.
pressure on this little coin toss, whatever it is. Rock, paper,
Yeah.
scissors. Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go. So it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you go on the fourth.
All right. You say you go. Then,
You,
Ross.
you say us.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Rock,
Yeah.
paper, scissors, shoot. Do it again because you two are scissoring.
Scissor me, darling.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah.
Oh, paper covers snow. Do you want to go first, Peters, or do you want to go second?
I'll go second,
Ooh.
and then we'll do ABBA.
No, the winner decides to
Each
win.
round.
You don't decide the order. The
Oh.
winner of each one.
Oh.
Oh my Christ!
I'll go second on this one.
Right. Okay then. So we have Al Snow and
No.
friend of the show Gangrel,
Right.
a popcorn kernel remover, and a falls count anywhere match.
Right.
It's difficult for you, Luke, because you've got 30 seconds to to decide.
Genuinely, this was probably an Attitude Era feud.
Yeah, it's probably a story already there.
Yeah.
30 seconds to Google it. That's for everybody at home.
Popcorn
That's
kernel
also-
remover. Can I just have a look?
Right.
Can I Google that to see what it looks like? Oh,
Google that to see what it looks like. 'Cause I don't know what it is.
On that,
So-
you know that. Remember that 500 Star Wars game on the phone? That was a popcorn kernel remover that you can win.
yeah, there we go. So it's Al Snow, Gangrel, popcorn kernel remover, and the falls count anywhere match. I don't know what.
Okay.
I also don't know what a popcorn kernel remover is.
Didn't expect it to be that. It's basically like a drill that scrapes popcorn, corn off the cob.
that's a corner strip handful.
Oh.
That.
Yeah, because do you remember there was that trend of people putting it on an electric drill and then someone like tooth flew out and someone got the
Ah, but then
stuck
it's
in it and
there's also a colander version.
scalped themselves.
Right. Well, it's up to you then. It's open. You can use whichever one you fancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I need a feud around that type of object, leading to a match,
Mhm.
which is the falls count anywhere match, and then I need a winner as well,
Right.
please.
So we got Gangrel. Who's the other one?
Al
Snow.
Snow.
Al Snow. Okay.
Are you ready
Right.
for this to be the worst thing in the world?
So
Not just from him, from me as well.
So Gangrel, right, he's backstage. He's fanging, he's banging, and he's eating some popcorn. But obviously, he's got these fangs. The popcorn keeps getting stuck in his teeth because
Well, yeah.
like the kennels.
Yeah.
So he's like, God damn it, I'm fanging him and banging and trying to hang out with Ross on Twitter all the time. And it's just him backstage and got these big fangs and it's really good in that. But they get the old kennels are stuck in my teeth. And then he's like, right, who should I go and ask for some advice on this? So he's looking around, and a ghost appears, and the ghost is Junkyard Dog, right? And he's like, oh, Junkyard Dog here. You should go and speak to one of the most famous wrestlers in the world, the most famous wrestler in the world, and he'll go and show you how to get that popcorn out of your teeth. So he's like, right, gonna go speak to one of the most famous wrestlers in the world. So he goes to Hulk Hogan, and he's like, oh, brother, can you help me with this popcorn conundrum, please? And Hogan's like, yeah, that don't work for me, brother, because he was trying like a drill type kernel remover.
Right.
So he said, oh, you can have this one because it don't work for me, brother. And he's like, oh, I'm trying it out. But he's like, actually, no, this is the wrong tool. This is factually inaccurate, and this is actually only for like sweet corn, not for popcorn. It would actually invalidate the rules of the game. So I can't use that.
He does like the rules.
Yeah, we've got to
One of the rules, brother.
continue. So he's like, oh, well, obviously he's not the most famous wrestler in the world. That Junkyard Dog was talking about the ghost of Junkyard Dog. So he goes up to Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he goes, oh, Stone Cold. And Stone Cold's like, oh, damn. Like, I can't believe it. What? There's a hand actions there.
Yeah, for everyone.
Yeah, everyone at home. I did the Oprah Winfrey hands for Stone Cold. I was like, God damn, talk me through it. Talk me through this popcorn conundrum you got yourself. And then Gangrel suddenly realizes on the Broken Skull sessions he don't realize. So he spends about an hour and a half going through his full career, telling stories. He said, my old traveling partner, Gangrel. Me and you, we were fagging and banging down the road. In fact, I'm not the one who actually invented fagging and banging. The guy goes like, nah, you're right, man. So he leaves. That Stone Cold always tries to take the credit for people's ideas on his podcast. So see, he's know he's talking to Ivor. This is ridiculous. You know, Junkyard Dog said one of the most famous wrestlers of all time. So he goes to The Rock. And The Rock says, oh, I've got this it's not a kettle remover, but it's actually that really like semi-popped corn that, you know, some people have instead of nuts. He's like, Rock, you think you misunderstood what we all want here. This isn't actually what we want at all. And he's like, never mind, I stole it from Cody anyway. It's he gives that back. Like, God damn it, who's he talking about? And then, so Gangrel, he goes home and he flicks on Netflix and watches The Wrestlers. And who should be on there? Introduced as the world's most famous professional wrestler of all time, Al Snow. And he's like, Al Snow, of course it is, the world's most famous professional wrestler. That's certified by Netflix on their show, The Wrestlers. So he goes to Al Snow and he says, like, look, sorry I didn't come to you first. And Al Snow was like, well, you should have come to me first. I'm the smartest wrestler in here. And I want to make all the money because I've got my own Al Snow popcorn kernel Reuben. It's a calendar, basically. The Gangrel's like, fuck this, and clocks him right in the head. And then he goes, actually, it's WrestleMania in a couple of weeks. Should we have a false count match? And Al Snow's like, no, we can't go there. Like, because that's not historic enough. So they do it at OVW's Brawlermania the night before WrestleMania in front of 200 people at the Philadelphia Armory. And Gangrel wins. That's the story.
Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got Gangrel, he's getting popcorn stuck in his fangs. Somehow, for some reason, the Junkyard Dog comes to
the Junkyard Dog.
tells him it's a famous wrestling. And the famous wrestling, well, is Al Snow, so why didn't Gangrel go to him first?
Actually, accurate. I mean, really, I should have met Al Snow and considered he should have refused to do the job, but I didn't do that, did I? Gangrel won.
The Gangrel won.
Yeah.
Did he sort the kernel out?
No, inconclusive. That part still like I dropped.
Still got kernel.
Yeah.
God. And Terry Peters. Oh God, beat that if you can.
Yeah.
So, it's 2024. Big returns on SmackDown. Gangrel and Al Snow. And Gangrel goes to do the old bloodbath one week, but popcorn falls down instead. And he's fuming about it because, you know, don't look as cool, does it? So immediately it leads into that hilarious gif of Big E eating the popcorn because he's like, well, I'm putting popcorn and wrestling together. Big E. Big E's now the SmackDown GM, by the way, because he hasn't returned to the ring still.
Of course, yeah. Right.
But Big E says it wasn't him that dropped the popcorn. He doesn't even like the stuff. He just did that for comedic effect, the old gif. But he will help find the culprit of the popcorn drop. So he does the old he becomes a Gangrel sleuth and goes around investigating everyone's food options that they're eating, see if there's any popcorn about. And then one week we get an invasion from OVW, which leads to various promos after they attack Gangrel. Leads to various promos of they know who the popcorn dropper was. And it's Mr. OVW himself reveals himself to be the popcorn dropper, Big Al Snow. So Gangrel's absolutely fuming by this. So to stop popcorn, he grabs a popcorn kernel remover and scalps head with it, just drills it right into the skull. Which Al Snow's obviously furious about, you know, head. Which then leads to Al Snow attacking Gangrel each week after this with the help of the OVW boys. Big E tries to break up all the time. He's starting to get a bit sick of it because Al Snow's now trying to scalp Gangrel. He knows revenge. So it goes to WrestleMania. OVW versus WWE. Al Snow versus Gangrel with Big E as special guest referee. for the popcorn title that Al Snow's invented, and loser gets scalped match, which is also essentially false count anyway. And it's whoever loses, whoever gets pinned, gets scalped.
Oh,
Gangrel double scalps Al Snow, so he's now walking around with 2 ball patches there, and he's got the old widow's peak because he wins 1, 2, 3 after distracting Al Snow and almost choking him by filling his mouth up with popcorn so he can't breathe. Big E counts to 3, scalps Al Snow, and then scalps Head again, and really just kills Head. And then
what?
and then he does a final bloodbath on Al Snow to end the feud.
Right, let's unpack there.
does he need to do the bloodbath?
There's a real issue over people having hair, don't they?
Who, Gangrel?
Right. Anyone having hair seems like because you're losing yours, you don't want anybody else to have it.
It's not my fault. He's got a
deadly
looking thing that can scalp.
Violent. Why is the loser get scalped match a false count anywhere match?
Because basically it's one of them, like where they say it's some sort of match, and it's essentially just a false count anywhere. They just dress it up as something else.
So the old Taboo Tuesday match.
Yeah, basically where all hardcore match, false count anywhere, and then was it an Extreme Rules match?
No holds barred or street rules.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's basically one of those. But then the loser gets scalped with a popcorn kernel remover.
Right, interesting takes. One a lot more violent than the other.
Family show.
Come on, Lou.
But one had ghosts, so it's tough to do. However, I'm going to give it to Terry Peters because Lou, you never actually said why there was a false count match. You just said the other one. You've got to work it in. You've got to work it into the story. Peters came up with a story of why it is. So it's going to be 1-0 to Terry Peters. So Peters, do you want to go first or second again?
I'll go second again.
Second again.
God damn.
Oh, screw it. I'll go first then this time.
No, he's changing. Can't change his mind.
All right.
Can't change his mind.
Okay, can't change my mind.
Yeah.
God damn.
I'm prepared for this one. Even that's.
Hey.
Who's got no idea?
It keeps giving me Al Snow, so I'm going to use one.
You can do Al Snow again if you want.
I'm going to use this one. So we have got the Blue Meanie, D'Lo Brown, a cucumber slicer, and a kennel from Hell match. So that's the Blue Meanie, D'Lo Brown, cucumber slicer, which I'm guessing is like a bit like a mandolin, and kennel from Hell match.
Cucumber slicer.
Slices cucumbers. Again, could have been a feud.
Yeah, it's a mandolin, essentially.
It's a mandolin.
Yeah.
To get them thin cucumber slices. So that's Blue Meanie, D'Lo Brown, cucumber slicer, kennel from Hell. Lou, you're going first.
Yep. All right. The Blue Meanies hanging about backstage as they always do. And he's walking his dog along. And then he goes around the corner walking his dog backstage like you do. Because wrestlers do stuff that they shouldn't be doing backstage, don't they? Do you know what I mean? That's how skits work. And he walks around and he just says, "You're looking at the real deal now." And then D'Lo Brown's there chopping some cucumbers. And Blue Minnie's dog's like, "Whoa, I'm excited, whoop, whoop, whoop." Runs into it. And D'Lo Brown slices the dog. Pure violence. He got it. So he just does it. And strips the dog. There we go. No, more like it. So, oh God, do you reckon? So Blue Minnie's like, for fuck's sake, like this is really inconsiderate, right? Because one, my dog's dead, but two, it's just like thin slices of dog everywhere. Like, so Blue Minnie's like, I don't know what to do now. Like, I'm upset, but obviously maybe D'Lo Brown made a mistake. Didn't mean to do it right. So then that's Raw finishes because it's on Raw now. Then the next week it's in a different arena, and obviously the story continues there, doesn't it? So we follow Blue Meanie and he's going through to D'Lo Brown. Just gonna knock on the door, just say like, "Look, she likes my dog. Maybe you should have noticed after one slice, but no, you did the whole dog. But let's let bygones be bygones and move on. But then obviously because it's followed on, it gets into D'Lo Brown's changing rooms, and there's just slices of dog everywhere again. And it's like I know this is meant to be a continuity from last week, but you've literally had to pack up all those slices of dog, move them from one arena to the other, and set them out in the exact same place, and that's kind of just taking the piss to me, really. D'Lo Brown's like, yeah, no, you're right, yeah, it is. We need to settle it somewhere, really, don't we? Because this is quite the blood feud that we've got going on now, and Blooming is like, yeah, I guess it is, mate. But obviously, because then Blue Meanie don't want to fight his own battle, so Stevie Richards pops up and he slices D'Lo Brown's dog because this is what we're doing now. And he's like, actually, uh, your dog's dead too. But yeah, so anyway, they're like, fucking hell, right? We need to have a match now, though, to decide this because this is not it's not good. So Blue Meanie's like, right, I need to consult someone on what match type we're having. So he's like, maybe I should go to one of the most famous wrestlers in the world. So he goes to Stone Cold, but no, dude, really. So he's like, right, I need to, but I don't know who to go to. And then with that, goes to Peters, and it's the Junkyard Dog. And he's like, look, hell yeah, brother. He's just sliced your dog. Your mate's just sliced his dog. Kennel from Hell match, I think, is the only way. I believe that you can solve this. A lot of dogs involved. And he's like, yeah, you're right, Junkyard Dog. This sounds like, because I'm really angry, and obviously D'Lo Brown's really angry as well now. And the tone of this story so far has been one of just pure anger and violence. And I think it. So what is the Kennel from Hell match? Because it sounds, and it's like, oh, it's an Al Snow match, but he's communicating over text at this point. So he puts an Al Snow match in the text, but he misses it. He misses a space. So the next day, they get to the Kennel from Hell match, and the dog's everywhere. And then the Big Show comes out. What the fuck's the Big Show doing here? He sits on top of the cage, and then Rikishi comes out, and he sits on top of the cage, and they're both itching a bit, so they scratch on top of the cage, and the Junkyard Dog's like, "Oh fucking hell, I've missed a text out. I missed a letter out." He's done an anal snow match instead of an anal snow match, so there's just
You know what?
an anal snow match. There's just loads of bum dandruff everywhere. So D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown. I'll make myself up for something else. Yeah, D'Lo Brown and Blue Meanie have this match. And it's it's a bit of a feud going on. Obviously, the snow's falling. Everyone's having a good, Michael Cole's like, "Happy holidays, everyone," even though it's happening at like Easter time. But obviously they're kind of annoyed at each other, and they're saying like all the way through, like, "Look, you've injured my dog. This isn't good in that." And at the end, JBL comes out, and just fucking decks Blue Meanie, and D'Lo Brown wins.
Okay. Again, a lot to unpack, and I'm not going to because it's odd. We're going to move swiftly on to Terry Peters. Can you beat that, Peters? Take a 2-0 lead.
So Blue Meanie's backstage and he's on a health kick. D'Lo Brown walks into shot and he brings his portly dog. So Blue Meanie asks, does he want his dog to become the real deal now? Because, gotta do what you gotta do, aren't you? D'Lo agrees that he wants his dog to become the real deal now. So Blue Meanie feeds him some cucumber. Little does Blue Meanie know that it has a metal shard on it from the slicer. It hurts the dog but doesn't kill him, so the dog's still okay. D'Lo's fuming about this, and he says Meanie belongs outside in hell. And then Meanie then comes out and says that he should belong outside and in hell because he made his dog portly. So they both think each other should belong outside and in hell. So this is on an episode of Raw. Raw General Manager JBL comes out, and he famously hates Blue Meanie. So he says this needs to be settled in a Kennel from Hell match. But to settle it properly, the big dog, Roman Reigns, is assigned the special guest referee. In the match, This is for Hell in a Cell, by the way. This pay-per-view, the match takes place at. So Hell in a Cell rolls round. The dogs are outside the ring, barking as the cage is lowered. The match gets underway, and dogs start pooing everywhere. D'Lo Brown slices the Blue Meanie open with the old cucumber slicer, so he knows what it feels like to be in pain because of the cucumber slicer. D'Lo Brown then shoves Blue Meanie's face into the dog poo to infect him, because sick man, isn't he? And then on the back of this, Blue Meanie gets dog poo in his eye, so he can't see, stinging a bit. So and then D'Lo Brown gets the 1, 2, 3. He then ties Blue Meanie to the kennel, force him to eat dog food, and the big dog then Roman Reigns raises D'Lo Brown's hand, who then brings his dog out, who's now well, and then lets it as a piss on Blue Meanie.
You two are weird fellas. It's only to describe.
It's the way the parameters for us. It's all you can do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I've just read what the next one is, and it's going to get weirder. Right, so Peter's no dogs died in yours, which I'm a fan of. However, I'm going to give the point to Lew, even in the scores, purely for his line of. I mean, I get how you might slice a little bit of the dog, but did you have to slice the full thing?
Gotta keep logic, gotta keep it grounded in logic. Yeah.
Lew takes the lead. And do you want to go first or second for the next one, Lew?
I might go first while I'm on the streak.
Oh,
yeah.
Go first. Okay.
So can I just say on that one, my other choice for the special guest ref was Pitbull 1, Gary Wolf. Yeah, I was trying to get the dog, and then I thought, hang on, the big dog.
The big dog, you got to get.
That's where the dog food bit came from as well.
I like how you're adding extras in. I do like the extra characters you both had.
And I like the way we both added JBL in, because
Blue
Meanie.
I expected that with Blue Meanie. Yeah. Right, so we've got Gilberg.
Okay.
The Godfather's Ho Train. So not the Godfather, it's hers.
Right.
Rubber Chicken. And the Bra and Panties match.
Oh, Christ.
Right.
So Gilberg, Godfather's Ho Train, Rubber Chicken, and the Bra and Panties match.
Right, okay.
So take the lead, Lew.
So we start off, the Godfather is fired by WWE. So he's not in it from this point forwards. He just gets fired. And then the Ho Train come out and they're all like, oh, what a Ho Train. And then Gilberg's music comes out and it says, blah, 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 Gilberg as he does. And he goes, blah, blah, blah. Like, honestly, guys, I think your gimmick's unacceptable. It's 2024. Is this what you want to be doing with your lives? Right? I think you're doing a disservice to all the young, talented female wrestlers out there. With these shenanigans, and they say, you know what, right, Gilberg, you're right. So they all retire from the competition. But then they come back and say, no, we're gonna be serious wrestlers now. We don't want any of this nonsense anymore. We're just here to wrestle. And it's a really uplifting story. There's little girls crying, going, finally I'm seeing this is what I want to be in that, and Gilberg's like, fuck's sake, I should have done that because it's more competition for me in it. Like, I'm Gilberg, I'm the worst fucking wrestler here anyway, and if there's like 8 women now who would suddenly start training and do it properly, they're better than me. I'm back to square one, with the so he goes like, no, I was only joking, guys, just carry on being the Ho Train, do what you want. And no, Gilberg, you're right. When you're right. You made some really good points, but it's like, fucking hell, like, I'm even further down the WWE rankings now, which have just been revealed, and they're revealed every Wednesday. These WWE rankings, and then if you're top of the rankings, sometimes you get a title shot, sometimes it'll just be given to some random Japanese guy. But yeah, so he's like, I've got to climb the rankings even further now, and why am I at the bottom straight away? Like, these guys haven't wrestled a match, and yet they've put me at the bottom. So he goes to speak to Triple H to complain about it. And he's like, look, Triple H, like, I shouldn't have, I've encouraged these young women to take their career seriously now, and they're all above me in the rankings. One, I don't think that's fair, but two, I want him to go back and so Triple H is like, so here's the thing, Goldberg, you're a jobber. So you can't even
Triple H are facts only.
you can't. You're not meant to win matches. So here's the thing. Those women are all better than you, and I'm going to prove it tonight. And he's like, Gilbert's like, oh, fucking 8-on-1 handicap match. He's like, no, just one of them, just the Goldberg, the Goldbergs, the Hall Train's latest member. So, and it's going to be a bra and panties match. And he's like, well, then this is ridiculous. Like, I thought you were meant to be serious women's wrestlers. And he goes, so here's the thing. They're serious. So Gilbert's like, right, am I the heel now? Or what's going on here? And he's like, Triple H's like, I think you are because you've been pretty sexist. Like, you started off, like giving him like good career advice, but actually you were doing it for your own gains. And actually you're a sexist prick, get the fuck out there. So it's like, right, and the brown panties match is ridiculous because I only wear trunks, so like, what the fuck are they meant to take off me? So it's like, here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe we should ask a ghost. And without the ghost, the junkyard dog appears. Who's like a main character in WWE. And he's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know what he does. Never see the promo down like 1980s. And he's like, oh, I've got some just regular clothes here. Well, not dog shirts. He's like, no, just a suit. I think that'd be appropriate. So Gilbert comes out in a suit. He's corporate Gilbert now. For his brown panties match. It's like, I guess I put these brown panties under the here, right? And I'm like, yeah, no, that makes, I guess that's how you do it. That's a brown panties match. It's a normal clothes, brown panties underneath, right? And he's like, yeah, no, that sounds good. I guess I go out there and get paid for it at least. So whatever. So he goes out, does all this fireworks stuff. Everyone's kind of booing now, and it's like, is this really? It's not really heelish anymore. Like, well, it's a babyface entrance, but he's a heel. So they're all booing him. Like, put the sparkles away, dickhead. Like, no one cares. But then he gets to the ring, and then he's like, right, brown panties match. I guess I'm going to do it now. And I guess, like, for once, in these stories so far that Lew's making, like, this the actual match is going to take place in the story. It's like it's going to be as a match, and someone wins at the end, and everyone's like, that's a good thing, actually. He's learned from the previous 2 rounds. And then with that, so Triple H is like, yeah, you need to have your latest member of the whole train, because he's fat telling apparently, so he speaks. So Gilbert's out and he goes to a commercial break. He's like, fuck's sake, they're making away ages. I don't know who this is. Like, what if they're taking the piss and it's someone like Nia Jax or Karma, someone like that? The rest of the whole train come out because they're serious now. They're all in like black gowns and they're holding torches. And then, dong, dong. And then with that, who comes out? But the fucking Undertaker. But he's fully dressed. He's fully dressed. And he's like, right, I want to win a match, fucking brown panties match with Gilbert. This will be easy. So he starts fucking him about a bit, he's just absolutely hammering Gilbert, like just left, right, and center, right? The other hoes are just kind of stood there like, oh, around there now, because they're like fully, the Undertaker is just took over the whole gym. That's what's happened there, right?
Yeah.
They're druids, basically. That was what was going on there. But he's fucking Gilbert about, and he's like, he takes his tie off, just whips it off, throws it away, and then he whips the belt off. And then Gilbert, sorry, grabs the belt and just whips Taker with it. And Taker goes, ooh, oh,
Oh no, I know where this is going.
oh yes. Gilbert's like, okay, I think I'm going to go somewhere. He stopped fighting me. And so he whips him again. Taker's like, oh yes. And then with that, rips off the trousers, fishnets underneath. And goes, I am the spooky skank. And that is the origin story of the spooky skank. So Gilbert wins the match, but spooky skank won the night as the determinism.
Right, so we got a lot there. The rise and fall of Gilbert.
Yeah.
The hoes, giving up a life of whoredom to become nuns, essentially.
Yeah, an uplifting story.
Spooky Skank realizing he's into S&M.
That's correct.
And another uplifting story is 2024. It's okay to be you.
Exactly.
Is the story I got from that. Yeah. Right. Terry Peters, can you beat that?
It's going to take some doing, I think, that one. It really is going to take some doing, but this is my effort. So Gilbert, we're backstage again, because as we know, every wrestling story starts with a backstage incident. Gilbert approaches the Godfather, wanting to get all aboard the whole dream, because we all know pimping ain't easy. The Godfather says the train is leaving the platform, and then performs the pimp drop on Gilbert through a table that, one of catering tables that they always have backstage. The whole train then start laughing at Gilbert and say "choo choo" as they go to shag the Godfather into next week. Next week on Shotgun Saturday Night, because this is a proper Attitude Era storyline. Gilbert puts a wig on and is scantily dressed in underwear. He somehow gets into the locker room of the Hoes and joins the Ho train that night. Not that the Hoes though question who this person is. It's one of them where they're just like, the Godfather's obviously found them on the streets of New York and just let him in.
Wherever he gets his hose from.
Yeah, wherever, from the Ho factory.
Mm.
But then on Sunday Night Heat, it's revealed that someone has found the CCTV footage of Gilbert getting ready, putting on his scantily cladded. Is that the word I'm looking for? Scantily dressed underwear and the wig. So then the Godfather starts looking for Gilbert. This goes into Monday. This carries on for weeks, though, that Gilbert is then trying to get all aboard the Ho train, and the Godfather just chases him off every time with the Ho train laughing at him. But every time he does get in, they all then slap him silly. So at Backlash, the Godfather steps in. He goes and sees Commissioner Mick Foley and gets a match set for Backlash, where it's Gilbert versus the entire Ho train in a bra and panties match, because seems like Gilbert wants to dress up in it so much, let's see him get stripped from him. Gilbert then loses his match and is stripped bollock naked. The Hoes then stripped to their bra and panties. The Godfather comes out, pimp drops Gilbert again through the announce table, the Spanish one, obviously. Leads the Ho train out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and says, "Everybody all aboard the Ho train to Knoxville, Tennessee, where Raw is heading the night after. Buy your tickets here." As they then zoom out of Gilbert just naked on the Spanish announce table. And the Hoes are going, train, as they walk out to Carolina.
Right. Again, a couple of things to unpack there. Gilbert's naked body
On the Spanish announce table.
On an announce table.
You're welcome.
Is odd.
Well, yeah.
But I'm going to be... Yeah, he's seen enough for me, Hugo Savinovich. So I'm going to say the comeback is complete because Gilbert's dignity didn't get taken from him. And there were some uplifting stories. I'm going to give it to Lew. Lew's 2-1.
I thought I was winning there. But you said the comeback.
There's a lot, Peters, because you Lew left me with the taste in my mouth was oh yeah, nice uplifting, 3 uplifting stories.
Yeah, that's true.
You left me with Gilbert's naked body going to Kane's, where he's maiden. Is that what you call it? Where he's mayor of?
Yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
I did actually do some geographical research to actually see what cities were near where Raw could be, in Knoxville, Tennessee is in the next state.
But I don't like Kane. I like Kane. I don't like Glenn Jacobs.
I forgot about that bit.
Right wing.
I should have gone to fucking Atlanta, Georgia, and could have invaded WCW.
A triumph for Hope, I thought. That one.
So Hope or right wing nut job and naked Gilbert. Hope wins.
Naked Gilbert.
It's close, but Hope wins. Look, you get to decide then if you want to go first or second.
I'm going to let Mr. Peters go first this time.
Shit,
because I think he's been drafting his own word.
Yeah,
his eyes were looking, weren't they?
Yeah,
absolutely. I've got a notepad open.
Right then, so Terry Peters, you've got 30 seconds, and your 2 wrestlers are Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
and Perry Saturn.
Right.
A pop-up laundry hamper
Okay.
and a lumberjack match.
Okay.
You've got 30 seconds, everybody at home. That's Diamond Dallas Page, Perry Saturn, pop-up laundry hamper, and a lumberjack match. Staying away from WWE, just so the fucking Junior Dog can get involved. Right, off we go, Peters.
Right. So it's as we know, Perry Saturn fell in love with a mop called Moppy. Moppy ended up dying, unfortunately. She mopped too hard one day and her shaft broke.
The way she'd want to go.
Yeah, just going out the way that she was brought into the world, working very hard. So DDP is still stalking people, but not only is he stalking people, he's stalking things. He finds a long distance relative of Moppy, the pop-up laundry hamper, Poppy.
Nice.
So you're welcome. You're welcome. Perry Saturn is obviously not happy with this that DDP is going after stalking relatives again, especially one of a deceased nature, such as the love of his life, Moppy. So Poppy is then seen in the back of DDP's car every week on Raw and SmackDown. Just where you can just see the top of her in the back windscreen. Sorry, the rear view rear window is the one I'm looking for. And every week Perry Saturn is seen chasing after DDP in a white Ford Bronco. And then the WWE panned to that O.J. Simpson footage that they once did for some reason. They've gone back to that. So, one week, DDP crashes his car. Perry Saturn steals Poppy back and takes her back to her rightful place of the utility room, just where she belongs. Again, minding her own business. DDP is then seen stalking other members of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Household appliance, not appliances, but household things family. So he finds Mikey the microwave, Kim the kettle, Timmy the tap, gets them all together in a room, starts interviewing them, finding out where Poppy's location is. They don't spill the beans as to where Poppy is. DDP then starts stalking Perry Saturn to see if Poppy is with Perry. She's not. So with that, Perry Saturn steps in and says, "Right, we're gonna settle this once and for all. I've gone to see Shane McMahon. He's set the match. He said he's sick of all this stalking going on, me following you around, and the police are about to get involved. And if not, Poppy was going to run you over because she did it for Shane." And a lumberjack match is set where Poppy and all the family are at ringside. But just before the match, the Undertaker comes down with a big casket. The casket's open, and it's the broken shaft of Moppy. So the lumberjacks are there with Moppy. They're all crying. They're all shedding little tears, which have just been sprayed on because they're inanimate objects. And Perry Saturn loses. So DDP then takes Moppy as well, her broken shaft, and kidnaps every inanimate object in the back of his car, buries Perry Saturn at the same time, and Perry Saturn is never seen again.
The dark twist.
Hell.
You're welcome.
He's dark, isn't he? He's dark.
What goes on in that twisted mind of Terry Pierce?
Hello again, an insight. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you mean. Is that wrong with it?
Lew, beat that then.
Right. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I tried using ChatGPT to get me on, but it made it really boring.
Right, do you know what? I had the exact same thought in the middle of the last one. I thought somebody's going to do that at some point. I knew it would be you.
It made it really boring, so I'm not going to go with it. In that one, they just had a fight in a laundry cart and a belt fell out of it and decided to fight over it. But not in this one, right? So we're going backstage, but not to the backstage of the wrestling, but backstage of a small independent television studio in the UK, where Barry Scott from Sillet Bang is there, and because Sillet Bang are launching a laundry detergent, basically, and they find a new spokesman because Barry Scott's like, look, I'm doing enough at the moment. I'm spraying stuff, I'm dipping coins in that in Sillet Bang, but I can't be doing that for laundry detergent as well. Like a man can only do so much. You're overworking me, and everyone's like, yeah, fair enough. So we'll get a wrestler to do it for the laundry detergent. It's like, that's a bit weird. That I know, like, why are you a wrestler? And the producer just like, look, I've got to be honest with you. I went to bed last night, and I was like, right, what are we gonna do about this Silly Bang laundry detergent situation? And a ghost appeared, and it was a ghost of the junkyard dog.
Oh, the
And
chances.
he's like, woof woof woof. Yeah, the junkyard dog. You should get a wrestler to do it. And he's like, oh, nice one. So I went to ring up the junkyard dog the next day, and I was like, oh, of course, he's fucking dead, isn't he? His ghost appeared last night. Like, how could he be alive? So anyway, I've got a list of wrestlers coming in. In fact, but only two can actually answer the call. So we'll get on with it. Here's the first one. But Barry Scott, you can wait to see around and see your replacements. Well, not your replacement, your advertising buddy is going to be. And in comes first, and it's Perry Saturn. And they're like, Perry, just read the script. The Silly Bang laundry detergent, get your clothes clean. And everyone's like, that's a bit of a weird slogan. It's not really going to work. Like, first, he does what it says in the tin, like, Silly Bang, we ain't got budget, right? Wilco's has gone bust. Our sales have gone on the tubes. We need to get back somehow. So Perry Saturn does it, and he goes, and I was like, fucking hell, this guy, very good. Is this all we got? I'm like, yeah, I think so. And then with that, in like a pink Cadillac, whatever, Diamond Dallas Page turns up, and he's like, I was just doing a bit of my own DDP yoga, and I thought actually, a ghost appeared and said, look, you need to get to the UK. And it was a ghost of Silver Black. Surprise, surprise. You should go across to the UK. And like, yes, I think I'll. Yeah, I didn't think she sounded like that, but yeah. Right. So anyway, he flies across, and he's last minute, and he's like, look, I was just doing my own DDP yoga. Barry Scott says, oh, fantastic, doing a bit of yoga, and, tell us a bit more about your yoga. And DDP goes, what? Your yoga? What? Your yoga? And Barry Scott goes, your yoga? And DDP's like, what are you talking about? And then Barry's going, oh, you DDP yoga. DDP yoga. And tells them all about DDP yoga. And that's just what DDP does. So anyway, so you're going to read for this. So Silly Bang, like, gets your clothes clean. Silly Bang laundry detergent, gets your clothes clean. And he goes, yeah, right. Silly Bang, get your clothes clean. Like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. But you're like, fucking hell, DDP, you got the job, your new face, Silly Bang laundry detergent. This is amazing. Well done. And he's like, yeah, great. I was the only person for the job. I'm like, yeah, there's only ever going to be you doing it. And Perry Saturn's like sat in the corner, and he's thinking, what the fuck? Like, what's this about? Like, I'm the only one. You missed the whole thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Computer frozen after you went yoga.
That's all. Right, fine. Repeat it. Right, I'm gonna have to edit this out now because the people are going to hear it twice. Right. So what happened was basically they said DDP yoga, so you could actually talk about it again because that's just what he does when he's talking about yoga. But then he did the audition, and he was like, "Silly Bang, get your clothes clean." And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. So they're all like, yeah, great DDP. You're the only person we could give it to. You're the new face of Silly Bang laundry detergent. Barry Scott's like, let's go and have a couple of pints. And DDP's like, I don't drink anyway. I don't think anyway. No, I don't think I do actually, because I do a sober house for like Jay Roberts and that. But we can go off like, North call it. We'll go to a nice juice bar or something. I was like, yeah, nice one. We'll go to a juice bar. But in the corner, Perry Sands like, what guys? What the fuck? Like, I was the only one here. I thought I was going to get it. And then Barry Scott's like, look, like, no offense, but one, we couldn't understand the word you were saying. Two, you got that massive face tat. Like, you can't really be the face of Silly Bang. He's like, well, I like the face tat. I'm pretty proud of it, actually. But also, I do recognize it possibly, limiting my career outside of the wrestling business. And then someone's like, yeah, well, DDP's like, to be honest, it's limited inside the wrestling business as well because you're like an idiot, like get rid of it. So he's like, what the fuck? And I get really, really annoyed. I'm like, right, we're gonna have to settle this in a match. But Barry Scott's like, look, I think it's gonna get out of hand. So I'm gonna have to just, get some friends around the ring to just, keep you in the ring because we've only got limited space in the Silly Bank Studios. Don't want it to go too far. So I'm gonna get out and all the advertising guys come out, like there's the Admiral from Admiral Insurance. And everyone's like, I want Adam to come out first. I'm like, yeah, whatever. The Meerkat turns up. But not the new characters from the Meerkat, because like no one gives a shit.
He's real annoying.
Yeah.
The Wombat.
Yeah, the shit there. So even the Alexander, I'm not a fan of, to be honest, personally. Then the PG Tips monkey turns up, but the old chimpanzees as well turn up as well, not just the new little fat monkey, like the old chimpanzees from the 90s. The ones who are, like legitimate actual chimpanzees. So they're in the muck. The Alcons, a few more. Michael Winner comes out.
Dead?
For me, sure. I thought he was dead. It's like, so I was like, Michael Loser, all right, because he's dead. But like, that's tight. So he comes out. Look at Bob Monkhouse. He was in an advert when he was dead. That was the whole point of it.
How'd you keep bringing up dead people?
I haven't watched telly in a while. A few more would come out. So there's Coco the Monkey. Like, they're all out there. They're all, they're in it. Because Coco, and everyone's like, you need to watch that Coco the Monkey because he actually fixed the final of the Jungle World Cup one year by giving one of the teams Coco Pops and not the other. And I was like, yeah, you better get out. So he leaves.
Good. He's integrity.
He's replaced by the Nesquik Bunny, and he's not trouble at all. He's all right. so anyway, they're all scrapping, and I don't know why, because it's a lumberjack match. That's not what I'd say. So they're all outside the ring. They're not scrapping. It's fine because they kicked Coco the Monkey out now, who was a cause of consternation. Carol Lineker, he's there, flicking walkers.
Wayne Lineker in my head when you said Garish.
No, Wayne Lineker's not there. It's a family show. And anyway, they have the match. DDP and the other fella, Perry Saturn. And it's a lumberjack match, and everyone's like, DDP's like, whale on him. Everyone's like, we want DDP to win because he's the face. But over time, like, DDP's getting a bit arrogant. He's like, it was only ever going to be me. Instead, it's a real, like, bloodline cinematic match now. DDP's like in his face. Like, Perry Saturn, like, you're never going to be you and your stupid face tat. This is ridiculous. Like, you're never going to win. And then suddenly, because they've realized that, we've not actually tested this thing laundry. So they get a pop-up laundry thing out. Like, thank God you got that out right at the end, because that could have been disastrous, couldn't it? If you didn't use the pop-up laundry hamper all the way through. So they come out. And it's some clean clothes in there. And I was like, hey, it does work. Right, carry on the match then. Right, so, but everyone's like, yes, everyone's happy. They've seen the pop-up laundry hamper now in the room. And everyone's like, yeah, we've seen it. Acknowledged it. It's part of the story. Nice one. So they carry on as normal with that. And it's the match. And DDP's like really getting in your face. And Barry Scott's like, DDP, you got to stop. You can end this match now. You won't just pin him. He's like, I'm not going to pin him until he gives up. Pathetic. And he's like, he's not giving up at all. And Barry Scott's like, time out, ref. And then he gets Perry sat in the corner, and he's like, Perry, like, we wanted DDP, but honestly, if you win this match, you're the new face of Silly Bank laundry detergent. And he gets a towel out, dabs his face, but the towel's wet because Sean Mooney is out there. Sean Mooney just winks at the camera. That's Sean Mooney's table. He's like in the pop-up laundry hamper, like winking. The towel's taken out. The towel's wet though, because it's still got a bit of detergent on it. But he taps his face. He goes, "Come on!" And with that, the face tag gets removed by the Silly Bang. And Perry sounds like, "Fucking hell! I think I've got my life back. I think this is it." He's like, "Get out there and win this match." But then with that, Solo Sikoa thumbs him in the neck. DDP wins.
Yeah, again, a lot to unpack there. I appreciate the cameo from Sean Mooney.
Yeah.
Although I feel like you got too hung up on Silly Bang rather than the pop-up laundry hamper.
It was in there. Sean Mooney was in it.
And for that reason, and Definitely not because I want to make it 2-2 and make some mistakes for the last one. The win is going to go to the darkest man in the room, Terry Peters.
Damn it.
So this is the decider. We've got one more. And to spice things up, I've got 2 objects this time.
Bloody hell.
Oh, Christ.
We are.
Have you got to use them?
You've got to
Oh,
use them both,
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you can use any iteration of Hulk Hogan that you want.
all right.
Okay.
I meant Hollywood,
Mhm.
WWE, or like old school.
Can we use that rock? Can we use Dwayne Johnson shaped Hogan?
No,
Damn.
that would be the Rock, wouldn't it?
No.
You can use it. You won't win. So we've got Hulk Hogan, Disco Inferno.
Fuck's sake.
We have our first object is a roll of flex tape. If you don't know what flex tape is, it's where that someone stabs like a big jug of water and he slaps it on and it stops the water coming out.
Okay. Yeah.
Flex tape. Second one is a cardboard cutout of Neil Buchanan
Right.
of Art Attack fame.
Yep.
And the match type is a ladder match with a twist, chairs suspended above the ring.
Hang on, how do you win? Do you just
So it's a ladder match, and there are chairs suspended above the ring.
Right,
So we've
okay.
got Hulk Hogan, Disco Inferno, a roll of flex tape, cardboard cutout of Neil Buchanan, and a ladder match with a twist, chairs suspended above the ring. Peters, I forgot to ask if you wanted to go first or second, so I'm going to ask you now.
Luke could go first.
Go first. Hello, you feel like you've had enough time. You think you can bat straight on?
We'll give it a go, Oscars. We don't want any dead air, do we?
Yeah, so off we go then.
All the dead air in the middle of the story. I didn't write any of this down, so we'll see how it goes.
So we've got Hulk Hogan,
Yep.
Disco Inferno,
Mm-hmm.
a roll of flex tape,
Yep.
cardboard cutout, a life-size cardboard cutout of Neil Buchanan
Mm-hmm.
of Art Attack fame, and ladder match with a twist, chairs suspended above the ring.
Right. Okay. So we're not backstage. We're in the ring.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. We're doing it differently today. Disco Inferno is like, oh, Disco Inferno. He's in the ring and he says, right, I'm sick. I need an opportunity. I'm sick of doing my podcast with Conan and the other fella. It's not working for me anymore. I want an opportunity in the WWE. And he's like, and I know no one's going to give me one. But I just want one so much. And Triple H comes out and he goes, he's in his suit because it's Paul Triple H Levesque. And he's like, Disco Inferno, like, what the fuck? Like, it's 2024. Like, we're actually doing pretty well at the moment. We don't need some fucking old 90s WCW wrestler. Won't even go at the time. And then we get out. And everybody's like, Disco Inferno like tries to start a chant like Disco, but no one joins in. It's pathetic, right? It's embarrassing, right? So Disco Inferno goes and he's like, that was my final chance. I'm gonna have to go back and do this fucking podcast with Conan. So Tuesday morning goes into the podcast studio with Conan and Conan's like, hey, you fucking strawberry, you see fucking Raw last night? You see the fucking idiot? And Disco Inferno's like, look, Conan, that was me. I just can't do this podcast anymore. I need the opportunity in WWE again to really prove myself. And yeah, Connor's like, you fucking stupid strawberry. And he's just going on and on and on. And Disco Inferno's like, just withdrawing himself from the situation. And he just suddenly looks up and he daydreams and he's like, I'll do something. So he goes back and it's right. Turns up at Raw the next week. Because for some reason, just nothing happens on SmackDown in my universe. It's all on Raw. And he's like, look, guys, I goes to ring us. I want an opportunity. What were the 2 objects again? We got flex tape. What was the other one?
Life-size cutout, Neil Buchanan.
Yeah, life-size cutout. Neil Buchanan.
Neil Buchanan, life-size cutout.
Yeah. And he's like, look, guys, I gotta someone can have a ladder match with me. Just and everyone they say because I just want an opportunity, and Triple H comes out again. It's kind of getting annoying now. One, you keep getting through security on live TV. That's how bad, right? That's not what it's meant to be. But two, like you can't have a ladder match. Like, what are you even gonna put on the line? Like, you've got nothing, right? Disco Inferno, you're pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And he goes, well, I've got a life size, Cow and Neil Buchanan. So he hoists it up to the ring, to the top of the ring, and he's like, where'd you get that from? It's like, oh, someone bought me it for like a joke present, and maybe I'll put it on a Twitch stream. Ridiculous. It's like, well, that's a bit stupid. Isn't it? You still got it. You've kept it like 3 years later. Why? It's like, it's just in my spare room. I forgot about it. It's not a big deal, right? Like, it's just there. Some people turn it around when they sleep in that room, but some people could just cope up with the fact it's there. And it's like, right, well, you're not having a lot of match. Just go and finish. Just get out, right? It's just not working. So it's like, right, fine. So he leaves again, and Triple H is going backstage, and it's in Florida, and he speaks to Hogan, and he goes, Hogan, can you fucking believe that guy? Like, what's he doing? Like, you knew him in WCW. Is he always like this? And it's like, oh, what you gonna do, bro? He's gonna use an opportunity. Maybe we gotta give him one. And Triple H goes, well, maybe I was a bit harsh on him. Maybe he does deserve an opportunity. And Hogan goes, look, I'll have a match. My old friend Disco, my old NWO buddy, and more importantly, he's got all the characteristics I like in a man. Triple H goes, steady on Hogan, and then they leave that conversation there. And then so it moves on, but obviously Disco Inferno want to wear this conversation. So Disco Inferno's like, right, I'm gonna show them all. So he goes to Conan and goes, Conan, I'm fucking sick of this. 2 weeks in a row, I've been embarrassed on Raw. Can't do anything, And Connor's like, oh, fucking sure, but he don't really care. So Disco Inferno goes, right, whatever. Disco Inferno's not going to help me. So he goes on and he, this little prayer before bedtime and says, look, if there's anyone out there, give me a sign. And with that, the ghost appears. Woof, 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 woof. It's the fucking junkyard dog. Once again. And he appears and he goes, look, I've got this flex tape. Maybe you can do something with that. But, they're not going to see. Just make sure they can't see Raw, right? If you're not on there, no Disco, no party. So Disco's like, yeah, you're right. So he goes down Sunday night before the match, gets a flex tape, tapes all the chairs to the roof, goes, right, there's going to be no audience as far as I'm concerned. Because if there's no seats, they can't go there, can they? So Triple H arrives on Monday and he goes, oh, I'm feeling pretty good about tonight, we're going to give Disco a chance. Like, I felt bad. Hogan's going to have a little match with him. Maybe you can even do that ladder match he talked about. And then he gets to the arena, looks out and goes, oh, I'm sure they're ready. And Charles Robinson's in there, referee Charles Robinson, because he sets to the ring and does this stuff. And he goes, yeah, we're going to fuck it. There's no chairs anywhere. It's like, what do you mean there's no chairs? Like, there's just no fucking chairs. Like, someone's taken all the chairs in the venue. Like, we're not going to be able to have Raw tonight. Raw's cancelled. It's going to be Disco Inferno's big break. And Triple H is like, he looks up and he goes, they got an interesting roof here. Looks like all like chairs. He goes, it's just weird though, and we can't get any. We'll have to cancel Raw. Disco's big break is over. So Disco turns up, and Hogan turns up, and he's going into Raw, but there's no one there, right? There's no one because all the chairs are on the roof. Like, no one can sit down, so they have to cancel Raw. And Hogan's like, look, brother, it was going to be me and you in a ladder match tonight. With your cut out of Neil Buchanan on the line because that's all you had. Pretty pathetic, but I thought I'd do you a favor. But we've had to cancel Raw, because there's no one here, and Disco Inferno's gutted, obviously, at this. Is this going to be a big break? I was going to get back on telly. And Hogan's like, look, let's just have the match anyway, right? Just me and you. So they have the little match. Hogan obviously goes over because he always does. And then Triple H just pops out and says, well, you're both massive piece of shit, and that's why it's not on telly.
Right. There we go. Not the ending I was expecting. But we got there. Right, Terry Peters to win. Can you beat that?
So Neil Buchanan is famously in a band called Marseille. He starts playing. You what? Sorry.
Famously. Yeah. Everyone knows it. Yeah.
I know someone that played a gig with him, said he's a complete dick. So
Oh, I have Neil Buchanan slander on here. That's not a way to win.
hang on, you want to hear my story yet? I said Neil Buchanan's band plays out Hulk Hogan to the ring. Disco Inferno is not happy with this. He's sick of this thing. It's horrendous. So he slaps some flexi tape over Neil Buchanan's mouth and gives him a concerto. He slaps him that hard that he's slapped him to the floor and then gives him a concerto. Hogan runs back up the ring and chases off Disco Inferno. Brother, you're going to regret that. Brother. Hulk Hogan, for the next few weeks...
sorry, but that was the worst Hulk Hogan impression I've ever heard in my life.
Don't care. At Nitro and Thunder, because start setting up booby traps. Just cardboard cutouts of Neil Buchanan everywhere just to get into Disco Inferno's head as if Neil Buchanan is watching him. But they're all booby traps. So every time that Disco Inferno attacks him, something hurts him. This next week at Nitro, Disco Inferno sees one. He's now cottoned on that there was always a booby trap. So he grabs the ladder, searches above this cardboard cutout of Neil Buchanan, finds a chair, and he cries like the little bitch that he is to Bischoff that he could have been killed by the chair. So Bischoff is now sick of Hulk Hogan trying to get into Disco Inferno's head. He sets the match for Fall Brawl, where it's a ladder match, but with chairs suspended above the ring. Because if that's what Hulk was going to do to him, if he can give it, he can also take it, brother. Neil Buchanan returns from that devastating concerto and sings Hulk Hogan out to the ring. The match gets underway. It's absolutely stinking out the building because, it's Hulk Hogan, Disco Inferno in a ladder match with a chair suspended above the ring, -5 stars written all over it, until Disco Inferno is hit with a chair by Neil Buchanan. He's done a run-in, getting one over on him. He puts Disco Inferno out cold. He then tapes him to the mat using the flexi tape. Hogan then climbs the ladder, grabs another chair, performs another concerto, and everyone's favourite, Randy Anderson, counts the 1, 2, 3, but there's one final booby trap. A Neil Buchanan cardboard cutout falls from the sky onto Disco Inferno as we fade to black.
Is he all right?
This is what you have to tune in and find out.
He's getting cliffhangers.
What the heck?
He's dark. He's so dark, isn't he? So the ladder match ends by a pinfall.
Well, yeah, because the chairs are there. It's not because if you go on the games, there's only chairs suspended above the ring. You don't have to. This one you don't have to win by grabbing the chair because there's plenty of them. They're just
right. I mean, this is tough. I liked how Terry Peters used the objects all the way through. There were main parts of the show. Randy Anderson getting a mention, that was good.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't enjoy the Neil Buchanan slander.
Hang on, I didn't. That wasn't part of my story.
Have you brought it up? And I didn't appreciate it.
I apologise. Neil Buchanan is a god.
Thank you.
It's too late now.
Lew's. I enjoyed. I enjoyed the build up. However, I thought the ending was very flat.
I've enjoyed.
Well, they're not bad dudes, are they? So.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed Junkyard Dog being involved in everything.
The Junkyard Dog. Despite me switching to WCW to get rid of Junkyard Dog,
he's still there.
I've enjoyed both, and it's a good effort. And halfway through, I thought, should I just mock the week this and not do a real winner? You know what I mean? I've got this format from Mock the Week. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it up to the Wrestling Around public. Get in touch with us and tell us the winner, who you thought was the winner. 2-2.
Wow.
Is it Terry Peters? Is it Lew? So it's all on Phil.
Yeah. Yes.
Just Phil prepare. Get in touch with us, Phil. Let us know.
What's our email address?
wrestlingaround@outlook.com.
Yeah. Do you remember that time that Peters slagged off Phil's driving? Said he crashed his car. It was just a minor scrape.
Yeah. So, I mean, fighting for his affections. Peters and Phil have Twitter chats all the time.
We do.
Well, you used to live with Phil, so it's up there, isn't it? It could be anyone. But it's down to the wrestling around listeners. That's what I've done. I've absolutely copped out of this because I
You
don't
have.
want to pick a winner.
Yeah, pathetic, really.
And I've let it to everybody else. So join us next time and we'll tell you the winner. Yeah, but that was Feuds We'd Like to See. A return to the series. I made the series up, so I quite enjoy it. Mainly because I just get to sit and listen and pick a winner.
Yeah, it's good that. Yeah.
I'll let everybody else pick a winner. But right, Terry Peters, where can we find you?
You can find me at Vel Nation everywhere.
If you see an angry comment on X, it's normally him.
Yeah,
I see loads of people piling on somebody at the bottom of the pile. It's normally our own Terry Peters. Lew, where can we find you apart from the top of that pile?
Yeah, you can find me out the Mac. I'm like, if there is a known troll there, I'll be sure to point him out. You can probably find me in Dave Meltzer's mentions because I'm still there.
Yeah, defender
Of the Dave.
the voice of the voiceless. We'll call you, isn't it? Right, you can find me at the same. You can find us all at Wrestling Around or at Wrestle Around. Follow us on social media. Get in touch with us some way and let us know the winner of this Clash of the Titans. Who's the winner of Feuds We'd Like to See? Is 2024? Is it Terry Peters or is it Lew? Do you both want to do like a case to say who you think, plead your case, but like on Strictly, where they stand there and they do the phone thing?
No, I mean I run the Twitter account and the email account there, so
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident.
Peters, have you got any rebuttal?
Have I got what, sorry?
Any rebuttal to Lew?
Stop the count.
Stop the count.
Stop the count. I declare a fix.
Yeah, there we go.
If you take an hour out of that, that's my motto for stopping Terry Peters. So we're all
Christ. Right, Terry Peters, thanks for joining us.
Nope, thank you for having me.
Lew, thanks for joining us.
thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to vote and join us next week for another episode of Wrestling Around.